Yo guys, what is up? Today we're going to be reviewing Madden 20. For all you people that are questioning by Madden 20 or you just want to see my overall opinion on it, this is going to be a great video for you guys. So, first off, before we start the video, I want to shout out my clothing brand. We're having a drop May 20th. You guys don't want to miss it. It's going to be really cool. I suggest you guys check it out. We're going to have so many cool designs and new products as well. So, with that out of the way, let's get right to the video. It's also in the link in the description, by the way. So we're going to start off this review by looking at the graphics for Madden. Now, every Madden, they seem to improve the graphics, and this is no different with this one. My opinion, it's very good. And by the way, in this gameplay, I play kind of crazy with Mahomes, and it's an arcade style, so if you see me try to hurdle some stuff, or hurdle, you're going to know why. So graphics, I give them easily 9 out of 10. Very good. There's a small few things, like with facial expressions and like, you know what I mean. Like you can't get that perfect, but they did a really good job in my opinion. And the next thing I want to talk about is players' overalls. Now for me, I'm a huge diehard Bills fan, so I was kind of saddened by this obviously. Allen is a 77 or 76 overall in this, and that's completely false. I mean, they could be better. I think they should be updated on a daily to weekly, and I think they should have more people on the ratings team. I know this is a very heavily criticized thing, and they actually take a lot of effort into it, so, that's one of my biggest criticisms, in my opinion. Now, in Madden, there's also a ton of modes that you can play, and a lot of them are fun. My favorite, personally, is franchise mode, because you just get to control your own team, rebuild. As a Bills fan, obviously, I'm into that kind of stuff. So there's also Superstar KO, which is pretty fun. And then there's Mutt, which you can play Mutt seasons. Then there's Draft King, or you like Draft and Mutt, and that's really fun too. So I usually enjoy doing those things. And I think it's really cool. They have a ton of modes you guys could play. If you just want to play casual, you can do it exhibition like what I'm doing in this gameplay video. I don't do it a lot, but also another thing I want to mention is they added some really cool custom like moves in this. For example, Travis Kelce, when he's going to the end zone, he could, if you start celebrating early, he does like a thing with the arms and he puts it in a circle. It's pretty cool. They also did it with Mahomes, and he has the no look pass and so the hurdle there. He also has the no look pass. There's a bunch of cool customization. John Brown, he has his John Brown dance. He like goes crazy. So I think it's cool how they did customizations, but I think they could always add more. Here's another thing with the announcers in the game. Yeah, there's one of the cool celebrations. With the announcers, it's been the same for like the last 3 or 4 years, so I think they should change it up. It was Chris Sims and Jim Nance, or yeah, Phil, I don't know, one of them, the Sims and Nance before, and I think they were honestly better. But something must have happened. So I think here are a couple possible announcer options for the next upcoming Madden. The guys from ESPN, Booger McFarlane, and somebody else. I think the one has an electric voice, but they can be really annoying at times, so I think that'd be one of the lower, but the best option for Madden, especially considering they're unemployed right now. I would also think Al Michaels and what's his name, Chris Collinsworth would be really good for like Sunday night games if they could do that. I think it'd be really cool. And they'd have like the Sunday night football animations and stuff. I think that'd be really sick in franchise, especially. They could have like more player overviews and stuff. They could also have Peyton Manning. They should just add more stuff to the announcers features, because I feel like that's one of the weak spots of this game, and you hear a lot of repeats and stuff, and you know. And I also want to keep up how it looks, keep up to players like equipment and players' looks and stuff. Now this is a minor thing, but I've realized it because I know obviously some players, they had arm sleeves and they don't wear them anymore, so they keep up with that stuff every now and a while, but I think it's pretty cool how they actually put an effort and keep it up. One of the small things, but I think it's pretty cool. Now, guys, if you're like me and you aren't happy with the rosters they have, you could import rosters. So I did a recent import of the 2020 rosters. So for the Bills, it had like Diggs and all their new guys, and for Buccaneers, they have like Gronk and all. They have a bunch of new guys. So if you guys are interested in playing like franchise or something like that with the updated rosters, I would definitely recommend doing that if you're late in the season like we are right now and you're bored. No, there's also a mode called Play as a QB or something like that. In my opinion, I don't think it was too good because I don't think it was very good. I think it was okay, but I think there wasn't a lot of there was definitely not a lot of customization options when it came to customizing your player, your custom player, which I think really could be, which is another huge thing. You could customize. I think that could be one of the better things that they could do in this next Madden. Like, you can't really choose much hair. You can't really customize them to actually look like you if you want to make it look like you. So it's kind of difficult there. And the voices are kind of odd, too. I'm not even going to lie. The storyline in that mode's okay. It's nothing special out of Madden. But I think it was a cool mode to play, or if you're bored. I wouldn't recommend playing it, but next thing I want to talk about is the controls. The controls, it's pretty easy relatively if you're a older Madden player. It's basically the same stuff. The only thing that you might have trouble with is the high passes, low passes. That's pretty much it. So they're pretty easy to pick up if you're an experienced player. With that, it's going to come to my final rating. In my opinion, I think this game's really fun. It's a game that I enjoy to play. So I'm going to give it a solid 8. And it could be a 7.5. I'm going to round it up to an 8. Because of some of the minor features that they've done. Now, is an 8 good? Yes. Could it be better? Definitely. A lot of cool stuff that they could add in this upcoming Madden when it comes to new players and all sorts of stuff like that. Next in this review, I'm going to go over the stuff that they could absolutely do better. We're going to start off with uniforms. Oh no, this is one of the good things. I mismarked this. Uniforms, I think they could be better, but I think it's really cool how you can make your own sometimes. I think it's cool how like you can mash up different uniform combos and add white face masks and all that. I also talked about new announcers for Madden, and I could see that happening, but I couldn't at the same time because they've had Barkley and the other dude for a good 3 years, and it's been working pretty well for them. They also need to have better fans, in my opinion. I feel like the fans in Madden they don't make much of an impact when teams like the Bills, the Eagles, the Steelers, good fan bases. They have great fan bases. It's just tough. I feel like it's like not a hostile enough environment in like franchise. If it's like it can be difficult sometimes to play in places in real life, and if they want to make the game as realistic as possible, I'd definitely consider making like the crowd more of an impact. Maybe make them louder on big plays and like more reaction. And maybe have them like start bouncing up and down if there's like a huge play or something like that, or like something cool like that. Next thing I want to talk about is headbands and more custom things. I think that's one of the cool things about this game is you can customize players. I have a few players customized my own way. Like, I think if it would be cool if you could add, like, headbands, like the Nike sweatband headbands, like the white ones that, like, have ties. Like, I think they have them for some players, but you can't do them for all, so I would definitely suggest they do that. More customizable things like elbow braces, like, to put under your arm sleeve, or, like, just small things that could, like, potentially help you, like, maybe. They have a lot of stuff already. I can't think of anything on the head, but I think it'd be cool if they had like headbands and like maybe bracelets or something like that. Next thing I want to talk about is relocating in franchise. I've done this once and it wasn't very fun in my opinion. I relocated to London, and you only get 2 uniforms, which I think is a major downside. If they wanted to have it like be cool, you could customize your own uniforms. You kind of do, but like you only get 2 unis, and there's not much wiggle room when it comes to that kind of stuff there. It's just not very. I don't want to say fun, but I don't want to say bad. It's mad. It's not very. I don't know what to think about it. But you could have more relocation control, like when it comes to uniforms and that kind of stuff. I think that'd be cool. Next thing I want to talk about comes to like online gameplay. It's harder to stop mobile QBs. Obviously, as you can see in this, I'm running a ton with Mahomes, and I think they need to make it harder to stop mobile QBs like Lamar and Michael Vick. 'Cause it's so hard, which I think they just need to do something to it. Not make it like slower, but make it easier for defenses and especially inexperienced players to do it. Last but definitely not least, college teams. Now, I don't know if they'd make an NCAA for this or they could just add it, but I think that'd be super cool if you could have college teams and college players, and I think they actually might because you can now they're going to allow college players to make money. Guys, that wraps up the video. If I forgot anything, let me know in the comment section. Make sure to like, subscribe, and if you guys want to stay around for the extra minute or two of gameplay, please if you want, stay if you want. Without that, enjoy your day. Have a nice one. Goodbye.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flush down right. And he's got it. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. From 8 yards out. Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession? They'll buy some time right. They'll try and run it. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on a catch and run. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target. And it's second down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. Now following the interception, this offense will get another shot in as they'll quickly head back onto the field. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Yeah, he will score. Touchdown AFC. DeAndre Hopkins. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go